The subject of today's story is about one of the most popular sister groups of the late 70s and early 80s, a group that reinvented itself and is still going strong on tour today. They had one of the most popular singles of the 70s, which is currently being presented to future generations. Today's story is about none other than Sister Sledge. Now, before we get started in today's video, please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to stay up to date. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. The daughters of Broadway tap dancer Edwin Sledge and actress Flores Williams, Deborah, Joan, Kim, and Kathy are all sisters born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Their grandmother Viola Williams was a former soprano opera singer and student of the civil rights activist Mary McLeod Bethune, would give the sisters voice lessons. Now the sisters, they would regularly sing at their family church with the help of their grandmother. In 1971, the sisters, they would form Miss Williams' Grandchildren, which they would perform at charities and political events around Philadelphia. Now the sisters' ages ranged from 12 to 16 at the time. In education, it was very important for the sisters. They all attended and graduated from Oney High School, with Debbie graduating in 1971, Joni in 1974, Kim in 1975, and Kathy in 1977. In addition, all sisters would graduate from Temple University. The sisters would perform along the East Coast, including New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. The group's managers was the girl's mother, who also drove the bus from city to city. Debbie, she would function as the group's musical director. This was truly a family affair. In 1971, they would release their first single, titled Time Will Tell, on the local label Money Back Records.
Time will tell if you're gonna love me more.
In 1973, they would release two more additional singles with The Weatherman and Mama Never Told Me.
Mama sure made sure I was prepared for you.
This single was the group's first international hit. In 1974, they would release another song titled Love Don't You Go Through No Changes on Me.
I can't deny this feeling inside.
This was the sisters' first success, as the single increased their international popularity. As a result, the sisters, they was flown to Japan to compete at the Tokyo Music Festival, where they had won a silver prize. They will also play alongside James Brown in the Rumble in the Jungle boxing event in Africa. In 1975, the sisters, they would sign to Atco Records and release their debut album titled Circle of Love, which peaked at number 56 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. Now, because of their debut album was so successfully internationally, they spent so much time touring that they would record their second album in Germany. And in 1977, the sisters, they would soon leave Atco and sign with Cotillion Records, where their second album together was released. Now, although this album didn't chart, it did have a hit single with Blockbuster Boy.
I think I'm in love.
Despite their international fame, the sisters, they struggled to get recognition in the United States. With them wanting success in the United States, the sisters' career was at a crossroads until Atlantic Records connected them with Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards from Chick to produce their work. Following some early altercations to working jointly, the sisters, they will ultimately break through the industry with their third album, We Are Family, which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 1 on the Billboard Top R&B Album charts, also going number 4 on the Canadian charts and number 7 on the UK charts, as well as going certified platinum. This album has 3 hit singles with He's the Greatest Dancer,
He's the greatest dancer.
Lost in Music, and the self-titled song.
We are family.
Now, the single was nominated for a Grammy Award in 1980, and it was also adapted as a Pittsburgh Pirates official theme. The sisters, they was named Billboard's Best New Artist in 1980. In that same year, the sisters, they would release their fourth album titled Love Somebody Today, which started at number 31 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 6 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. The album included 3 big singles with Gotta Love Somebody,
I got to love somebody today.
Reach Your Peak,
I'd like to see you reach your peak and feel the beat that gets to me.
and Let's Go on Vacation.
Let's go on vacation.
The sisters went on a 3-year tour that sold out internationally in the early 80s. After 2 albums, the sisters, they would part ways with Roger and Edwards and began collaborating with Narada Michael Warder. In 1981, they would release their 5th album titled All American Girls, which peaked at number 42 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 13 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts. This album also produced 2 major hit singles with the title track,
We're all American girls, and we love.
and Next Time You'll Know.
Looks like we're running out of time.
From 1982 to 1983, the sisters, they would release their 5th and 6th albums, beginning with The Sisters in 1982, which peaked at number 69 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 17 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts, and Bet You Say That to All the Girls, that was released in 1983 and peaked at number 169 on the Billboard 200 charts and number 35 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums chart. By 1985, the sisters, they had signed with Atlantic Records and released the album When the Boys Meets the Girls, which peaked at number 52 on the Billboard Top R&B Albums charts and number 19 on the UK charts. Now, Kathy, she wanted to pursue a solo career in 1989, and Bow-Legged Lou from Before Force, who was a close friend of Kathy, had claimed that the sisters had problems with Kathy when she was considering to go solo. Kathy would also claim that she was told if she had went on with this action that she would have to leave the group. As a result, the sisters have not been on speaking terms since 1989. This became one of pop's music's most savage feuds. After Kathy's departure, the sisters, they continued to perform, and in 1997 they would release a 7th album titled African Eyes. Kim, she would now become a minister and she would leave the group for a while, but she would return for several overseas shows. She would officially rejoin the group in 2015. Now, the sisters' feud had worsened in 2013 when the sisters had threatened Kathy with legal actions. And according to Kathy, they tried to make it so that she couldn't say that she was from Sister Sledge. And she also stated that during their feud, she had a fight to sing. They would officially reach an out-of-court settlement. Now, I'm not aware of the exact date, but the sisters did make amends and reconnected before Joni died on March 10th of 2017 at the age of 60. Now, the sisters had many doubts about Joni's death since they believed it was more to her death because she wasn't sick and she didn't have any series of health problems. But her death was ultimately determined as natural causes. Sister Sledge is regarded as one of the greatest sister groups of all time. It was a huge international hit, and they are still traveling the world today. Sister Sledge rebranded the group, which includes special appearances from Christian Lightfoot and Tanya Tate, as well as Debbie Children, Camilla, and David, as well as Joni's son Thaddeus, making this a truly family affair.